Hello, hello. Um, yeah, this is first try, and I'm going to talk to myself, and I hope I can be less and less annoying. So here we go. Um, I got I got on my I got on my YouTube here some recommendations, right? Um, El Salvador President Nayib Bukele warns of dark forces in anti-crime speech. Um, this president is the president that put in jail um, criminal gangs or criminal organization members, and absolutely really changed the the outlook of um, cities in his country. El Salvador, like a lot of Latin America regions, are notorious for their gang, narcotics gang fiasco or dangers over there. And this president is a role model in a way that his jail is the role model for making a significant difference over that problem. Personally, my opinion is, don't be so quick to judge because some extreme measures have some usually would you should anticipate, side effects and some of unexpected um, some unexpected um, anomalies because it's very different, right? And people just not used to it, and some of these things that is going to like where cookie is going to cookie crumbles. I don't know what they call it. I forgot. I'm sorry about that. um where the cookie crumbles, right, is something that is new. So you gotta anticipate. You gotta be careful. All right. Um, what else do I got? Kingdom. Like this is a Christian recommendation. I am a Christian. It says kingdom authority is power under control. And this is not my subscription here, but it's this channel called Apostle Dr. James Bruton, Kingdom Compliance. All right. That is interesting. Compliance, for example, is something that Christians really believe in. If you really want to change the world, compliance is the answer. Because if justice is going to be achieved with mere whim and intelligence, it's something that's supposed to have been achieved many, a long time in the past, right? But because this is such a huge and complicated and interrelated entanglement issue, like in the Ecclesiastes, right? You see some the important concerns over justice, and at the end of the day, the conclusion is obedience, right? Obedience is the quality that is needed in order to be able to win in the battle against evil. And the people have to it is required for the adulthood of humanity. So not adulthood of us individuals, but the humanity as a whole. uh, Therefore, we need individuals who would just acknowledge this history, these statistics, and be humble upon the meek being lawfulness, and wanting to, the meek is like what is right. You prioritize what is right. And so rather than choosing the glorious path, what seems to be immediate, like the glorious path of this time would be AI, definitely. Um, you would acknowledge obedience over that glory. All right. So the obedience is the, let's say, our safe point, the progress of our journey, and we don't want to throw all of that away. Okay, next, what do I have here? Um, some dangerous thing to talk about, like things that I don't understand. And then after that, we got Nick Lane from NCCR Molecular Systems Engineering channel. Nick Lane, the electrical origins of life. That is, wow, that is such a, you guys would want to check it out. And then after that, we got Wolfram with in Dr. Brian Keating's channel. Mr. Wolfram says, "You don't understand quantum mechanics, but I do." And Wolfram is the initiator of the Wolfram Alpha model language programming model language. Um, and he is a physics enthusiast. I followed him and his channel, and it it is fascinating how he thinks. Next, Hololive Hachama. Yes. Hololive Hachama is making her live streaming. So very cute streamer. Dr. Burke DC. So that is a chiropractic title, which people would maybe confuse with a medical doctor. So another thing that people also confuse would be the academic doc. So there are different types of doctors. So Dr. Burke is a chiropractor that is a keto guru. So it's not about chiropractor practice. It's about a lot of times, most of the times, he talks about this keto diet, which I do follow. Uh, but currently, I am not in keto diet, but I that's my go-to diet for weight loss, and I followed him, and this is his video. He says, Dr. Berg goes carnivore for 2 weeks. So there's a difference between keto and carnivore. Keto diet eats vegetables. Carnivore eats only meat, and vegetables contain some carbs or sugar, mini sugar, but usually vegetables sugar is fiber, so it's not really digested, or maybe it's just very little, like carrots, for example, is contains a lot of carbs, but you want to incorporate some of those nutrition. But carnivore only eats meat, and they would eat also the inside that usually people would avoid, such as the eating a lot of intestines, something like that. Or some people would call it the lion diet. That is also another branch of carnivore, I guess. But I think if he tried this and he has a perspective on it, It is really like a deep someone. It's coming from someone who's actually have been doing this for years and years, and it's going to be pretty insightful. And he likes to read medical journals as well. He's meticulous in their diet, so he's indeed like the go-to content creator. S- so that is what he professionally do. Check it out. Funny animals. Next, Ask Finn. He's a motivator, and I think he make really good points in his videos. Smart insights, smart wisdom. For you guys who likes presentation, public speaking, and marketing stuff, I think he's a good person to follow. Um, Anyone Asia is my recommended, very, very, very generous channel for anime purposes. If you like to watch anime, there are a lot of videos that you can watch right here on YouTube, and it is official, guys. It is an official anime full season, like a lot of stuff, a lot of anime in that channel. Anyone Asia, highly recommended, guys. It is like a Hong Kong based channel also, and if you understand Mandarin it would also be great, but if you turn on the translation, you I mean, of course it's in Japanese because it's anime, but a lot of their posts are in Mandarin, or I don't know whether it should be in Cantonese, right? Because it's Hong Kong. So it should be some of them. It's in Cantonese available, but honestly, I've never seen it because I could not really tell. But guys, very very generous. You should check it out. It has Overlord for members. It has Bleach, the latest war, and then now it has My Hero Academia. What is this post? My Hero Academia season 7 origin OP artist announced. TK from Link Tosit Siger, in its like realistic art, and then My Hero Academia art. Let me read it for a moment. Is this a movie stuff in season 7? Okay. Do you like anime? Please leave your comment in the comment section below. Um, I want to go to some finance stuff. Do we got some finance stuff? I like to go. I like to check out the finance news from Bloomberg, CNBC, and Yahoo Finance. Pretty popular stuff. If you want some deeper podcast, make me smart, make people smart, or make me smart podcasts or shows are there. Some of the finance gurus are there. That is more of an in-depth stuff. Probably we will get into it later, but I don't see it right now in my recommendation. Um, but yeah, Yahoo Finance, Bloomberg Surveillance, especially, and we got CNBC. Um, Highly recommended for the financial news. Where is it? I don't have like good finance recommend. Here it is. Why dividends mean more than stock buybacks by Bloomberg Television. I think from what I heard, stock buybacks right now is pretty popular. Companies have done stock buybacks more than before, mm, and it's trending. But I guess this is some kind of pushback against that trend. Of course, we need balance in the financial market. So dividends mean more than stock buybacks. It's interesting. Um, Stock buybacks is a little bit weird though. the way I was educated in the past, usually the hot thing is to not what do you call it? It's not to give out dividends, not to do stock buybacks. Just keep it there and let the shareholder gain value from the market, right? Just the trading of the market, the increase of price of the stocks. And if you do the stock buybacks or dividend payouts, right, the value of the company is going to go down, equity wise, and that would, yeah, of course, each of the shareholder would have the fair share, but still it is not attractive. It's showing that the company is not aggressively growing, so it's not a hot share. So you would want to keep it there so that people would trade it and gain benefit out of it. There's like probably I was I was in the impression that there's no point of doing any of the equity payouts seems, because the payout it could be compensated by the market trading. But now it is different now. This is, the idea has become pretty contested or old, and so it's interesting to see the different reasons that um, CFOs, or different paths of logic that CFOs would follow, and the financial planning that they do, and follow this channel. Bloomberg especially, I especially have been recently have been getting my news a lot from them. Bloomberg surveillance, for example, give you a lot of fun insight, and they give it in a fun presentation, like genius guys. Really, really. Um, I mean, a lot of the things I don't understand still, but um, I mean, check it out. It's hard to explain. Okay, we got Joe Rogan here, and he's talking to gambling expert on betting 4.5 million on the Super Bowl and rigged games. Now, Super Bowl is in trend, if you guys don't know, in America. And one of the things that I really like about Super Bowl is their ads, their commercial, really great commercials. And it is the time of marketing indeed. Lots of companies can gain benefit, and among others is apparently gambling venues. Do you do that? Do you do sports gambling, guys, or maybe esports gambling? Like I follow Dota, and when they're doing the international, do you bet on who's winning or anything else like that? Um, I think gambling could be addictive, and it's pretty dangerous. And it's such a quick, what do you mean? Quick rush of dopamine with a lot of cash. So if I play gacha games, right, the gambling digestion, let's say, the digestion of the energy or the money is slow. It's like eating carbs. But gambling, like sports gambling, is like sugar, guys. It's instant rush and then instant poverty. Just so quick. And it's like you don't have a lot of time to enjoy it. Anyway, be careful. Gamble responsibly. Be careful. Really, really. You rather not gamble, guys. Okay. I am not really advocating for gambling. It's so dangerous. It's like using drugs. Uh, but um, you know, um, some people could kind of work it out. Some people actually know how to have fun with it. But if you want to gain money out of it, I don't think you should do it. I don't think you should do it like that. If you go into the share market, also, you got to know the fundamentals, right? You got to learn about the long term financial analysis type of stuff. Because if you're in using just day trade advices or formulas, um, I mean, that's too much of a gamble. That's just that you could just lose a lot of money, guys. Don't do that. You got to understand the logic of investing, right? And if you play gacha games also, my trick would be to give thanks to the enjoyment that you get. So when you gamble and you spend money, right, you already spend it for the sake of the enjoyment or the tip. It is a tip. It is not for obtaining the character or obtaining the weapons in the game. It's not for the sake of that, but it's just a tip out of something that you have already enjoyed. So if you don't really enjoy the game, don't tip too much. Don't tip too much. Even if you don't get the character, if even if you don't get the weapons that you really want, then just bear with it, because the gacha games could be no, nefarious. It's dangerous. Don't just Your orientation would be just to play and give the proper merit. And but overall, if you cannot control yourself, don't do it. Just don't do it. All right. Next, we got jokes by Dorkly. Pokemon versus Pal World. Pal World is a game that is popular right now. Very, very good. A lot of people say that it is just a very good value compared to, say, for example, those that are supposed to be triple A or quadruple A games, such as this pirate game, Sticks and Bones, something like that, guys. But just Pal World is like the go-to games right now, and a lot of people are playing it. It seems like a capitalism game where you make the monsters work for you and you enslave them for your own benefit. But you also fight like Pokemon. Very interesting. I've never played it. I want to play it, but um, I have a lot of games already. Don't get me wrong. I like to play games, but I already have the games that I'm playing. Okay, C.S. Lewis, another Christian thing. C.S. Lewis is Narnia's writer. We have no right to happiness. So C.S. Lewis essays. That's the channel. All right. So I think I think this is an interesting point to make, right? You gotta listen to it first, but I would say based on the title alone, I would say that, yeah, actually there's a lot of atrocities are happening in this world, and we should not forget about it. We have a nice life, we have comfortable life, but at the end of the day, that is our sanctuary here. Our comfort in this peaceful world is what do you call it? Is maybe outside of our fortress, there are people still suffering at war. We should look at it as a place of rest, and then after that, we should, always um, have an eye towards the reality, towards the harshest reality, and not to close our eyes to it. Um, how do I illustrate this? Right, um, the the dangers of war is always there. Okay, people in the past go to war. All right, so that was the default state of humanity. is always in the danger of war. And the fact that our life right now, a lot of times people don't have to think about it, is a huge blessing, guys. And we should stop sometimes and adjust the price, right? Adjust our sense of entitlement, because we are fighting right now. We, the part of the world that is peaceful and prosperous, are fighting against evil in this universe, and we are in it. We are an organ in it. Just because this organ is safe while the others are fighting, doesn't mean that we are detached. So pay attention, guys. And from our own point of view, that's the greatness of democracy. We all have different views that are credible. And don't let people say that centralization is always the best. No, guys, your point of view matters. Some of you have something to say about this side of the war. Some of you said the other side of the war has merit, but justice, is in every single one of us. Our greatest enemy is injustice and evil. So, perspective is very important. Your honesty matters and your morality matters. So, have that perspective. Don't let go of your own credibility. Keep on improving it, because you are needed in this war. Okay. Um, but keep on improving it, because we are always prone to mistakes. Some people, this is the problem, guys, in this world, right? People always follow some propaganda. I think that is very bad. Even if the propaganda today is good, tomorrow the machine could be handed out to someone else, or the leader of the propaganda could become like any human would, could make mistakes and double down on the mistakes. That is, you got to think for yourself, think independently, every single one of you, right? It's very important. It's dangerous to the world that you guys just would want to hurt other people just based on following a religious leader or a political leader. Don't don't be like that. That's just evil. Okay. All right. So we got CNBC here saying, why widespread tech layoffs keep happening despite a strong US economy. I think first of all, I want to talk about the strength of US economy. I think it's amazing, guys. Amazing because during the COVID pandemic, they experienced a lot of based on the news, right? A lot of setbacks. But after that, they kind of manage and maneuver in a I should say beautiful, in a perplexing manner. It's complicated but also careful, that they manage to have almost full employment, right? I know that Donald Trump also kind of achieved that, but will they achieve it again? Is it true, or is it, or there are complications about that? But at the end of the day, they could achieve a very high level of employment, almost could be said full employment. So that is this is America. It's a very huge place, right? And they managed to do that. Their economy now is competing with China still. Their growth probably is higher during a rumor that I saw. So that's very impressive that the US could achieve that after COVID, right? And now and compared to India and some parts of Europe, their interest rate is actually higher than their inflation rate. I know some people might say, "Whoa, how's that matter?" But I think for pensioners or old people, that matters a lot, guys, because we're not in a deflationary economy anymore. So inflation is the direction to go. So you would want to have a lot of interest rate for the older people who is not working anymore. They gotta keep increasing their amount of money instead of their value of money, right? Because that's just the trade-offs. The amount of money that they got is higher than the prices that are increased. So on paper, it's good, but on practice, I believe that there are variations of that, and the property factor of it is really, really weird as well. The gas is really weird as well. So don't draw instant conclusion out of it. There are complications as well. But guys, um, why tech companies keep laying widespread tech layoffs keep happening despite a strong US economy. So the tech industry is the hottest industry in the US. I think that is a lot of GDP for US, a lot of inventions, and the more advanced a country is, the more you should be like that. You should be more of a IP producers, solutions producers, rather than just mining. Or I mean, farming is also nice, of course, like physical matters, but more of a intellectual producers, right? So US is already the leading country of that. And the tech sector is definitely the great one, the great leader, I should say. um I mean, so um so um the GDP of the country, right, US, which is very good, very healthy in my opinion, to have tech as the huge contributor as for the GDP. um and it is weird that in a state of their economy right now, they kind of have a turmoil for their, like, for their carry. Like, I played Dota, right? There's a support player, there's tank, and there's carry, right? The carry here is the tech. Definitely the tech. That's what I'm trying to get at. So the carry here is in the turmoil. Something's wrong with your carry, all right? You don't want that. Okay. So check this video out. Why widespread tech layoffs keep happening despite a strong US economy, from CNBC. Whew. A lot of things that I don't know, but a lot of words that I've said. All right. Next, what's behind the rise in labor productivity? The rise in labor productivity. I guess this is from CBS News. I guess it's inflation, right? It's inflation. If you compare it during the time before inflation and after inflation, the labor is going to make more money. So is it have they factored in that? I think it also could be tech, the usage of AI, could be, or the usage of I don't know, productive GDP. They're talking about GDP per capita. So it's in labor instead of in entrepreneurs, instead of in the richest of the richest, in the 1%. The productivity lies in the labor. So that is interesting. So there's some kind. America is always making a really advanced kind of solutions, guys. I know it seems like, wow, the economy is so diluted with all of these dollar printing, right? So diluted, but still, guys, they are so productive. you gotta hand it out. Like China is incredible in their industrialism, but the innovativeness of the US is just weird. Okay, is it a window dressing accounting? That's also a concern right there, because we have IP, right? We got intellectual property issue, and in accounting, if you want to recognize non-intangibles, it's a little bit difficult. It's quite difficult in a way that goods and services, if you use historical purchase price as milestone, you could kind of measure how objective is the market prices or the recognized prices. How much, you can make some comparison, but for the intangibles, wow, it's pretty hard. It's harder. It is harder. So there's a room there for kind of misaccounting or bad accounting, which in turn contributes to the data that we're seeing. Probably the US is not really that healthy if we made a accounting mistake on that. Mind you that the International Accounting Standard Board really dictates a lot of standards of accounting in the world. Yeah, that is cringy. If they made a mistake on one thing, it could be a mistake for the whole country. But the US is also weird because they have US. Wait a minute, I am not really up to date with that. USGAAP. So they have two accounting standard boards. That is kind of weird, isn't it? They're supposed to have only one. Every country is supposed to follow only one. So okay, I don't really know about that accounting thing, but it is labor too. It is not really that intangible. So it's labor's productivity. So that means, when it comes to labor, we're talking about industry, right? We're talking about factories. Okay, so you gotta check it out. It's pretty interesting. I want to know as well what's behind the rise of in labor productivity. Um, Sky News Australia is recommended to me. Javier Milei, the maverick who saved Argentina. So Argentina is safe, guys. It's safe. Um, when AI and quantum computers merge. So we got Star Talk. Star Talk always like a lot features Neil deGrasse Tyson a lot. Very interesting, very good presenter and smart physician. And if you it's such a blessing to see his videos. It gives more and more understanding every time you watch it. Yeah. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, Festa Zeta Hololive Indonesia. I also am a VTuber fans, so this is a live stream that is recommended to me. Festa Zeta, Ayunda Risu, we got Kaela Kowalskia, we got Oli, the zombie Oli, and then we got Muna Hoshionova, who is in hiatus right now. Hopefully, she would come back. And we got Yopi. All right. Who else that I'm missing? Anya Melfisa, and I think I'm missing someone again. So that is Indonesian VTubers. Very cute, very colorful, high art, guys. High level art. Okay, what else? We got KSI. We got KSI here. KSI calls his mom live on stream. Okay. Interesting. He's a British PewDiePie. Okay, PewDiePie was also in the UK, but now he's in Japan right now. So now it's KSI. Okay. I like KSI's videos, right? But I don't want to. I don't want to talk about it too much, right? I want to talk about it, but it's not that I'm embarrassed with it, but it's the fan base, guys. They already know what they like. Okay, so if you have an opinion, maybe it's not the way that it's supposed to be for some people, and for the other people this is not the way it's supposed to be. It's like a football fans, it's like a soccer fans, everyone has their own taste. And there's one that is the best, but it's not you. Okay, next, we got market report from Business Day TV. We got market report 26th of February 2024, the close. Okay, I don't know what it is, guys. We got Jacobus Brink SFO investment. Okay, and Times of India is recommended to me. China, Russia blast US veto on Gaza ceasefire. I don't want to go on Gaza, guys. I don't want to comment on Israel condition. These fans change Aki Rosenthal's life. So we got a VTuber commenter here. Aki Rosenthal is a Japanese VTuber also from Hololive. Um, yeah, what else can I talk about? So maybe that's it for this stream. 40 minutes already. I think um, I'm supposed to be doing some work, guys, but it just maybe I just gotta let it out. Like, I gotta let it out. So I want to continue my work after this. Thank you very much for watching this video, and have fun, and have a good life also. Have a prosperous